Yeah. Yeah. Ayo, the things I seen in life will make you choke by surprise, like an aborted fetus in a jar that opened its eyes, provoking my demise and leave your spirit broken inside, like the feeling of 50 million people hoping you die. And niggas wonder why my heart is full of hatred and anger, cause some bitch killed my firstborn son with a coat hanger. I strangled out the pain until my soul was empty and cold, crippled and worthless, so I thought that it could never be sold. My mother told me that placing my faith in God was the answer, but then I hated God cause he gave my mother cancer, killing her slow like the feds did to the Black Panthers. The genesis of genocide is like a pagan religion, carefully hidden, woven into the holidays of a Christian. I had a vision of nuclear holocaust on top of me, and this is prophecy, the words that I speak from my lungs. The severed head of John the Baptist speaking in tongues like Che Guevara. My soliloquies speak to a gun. Pain is slow motion like trees that reach for the sun. Nigga, the preaching is done, cause I don't got a DJ like Reverend Run. I curse the life of any man who kills benevolent ones. I never asked to be the messenger, but I was chosen to speak the words of every African slave dumped in the ocean, stolen by America, tortured, buried and frozen, written out of the history books your children are holding, internally bleeding, cold-blooded, stripped of emotion. I go through the motions, but there's no life in my eyes. It's like I'm hooked up to a respirator waiting to die, hooked up to the fucking chair waiting to fry, soothing electrocution currently used in my execution, producing thoughts at the speed of light, burning confusion. I'm losing my sight, breathing is tight, the evening is white. I made my peace with the Lord and now I stand on his right. Death is another part of life. These are my last words, I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding, angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning. These are my last words, I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding, angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning. Yeah. The voice of racism, preaching the gospel is devilish. A fake church called the Prophet Muhammad a terrorist, forgetting God is not religion but a spiritual bond, and Jesus is the most quoted prophet in the Quran. They bombed innocent people trying to murder Saddam when you gave them those chemical weapons to go to war with Iran. This is the information that they hold back from Peter Jennings, cause Condoleezza Rice is just a new age Sally Hemings. I break it down with critical language and spiritual anguish. The Judas I hang with, the guilt of betraying Christ, who murdered him, stole his religion and painted him white, translated in psychologically tainted philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination, Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be the land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust and the home of the slaves? Corporate America dancing offbeat to the rhythm. You really think this country never sponsored terrorism? Human rights violations, we continue the saga. El Salvador and the Contras in Nicaragua, and on top of that you still wanna take me to prison just cause I won't trade humanity for patriotism. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They wanna rearrange the whole point of view of the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle, a bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Read about the history of the place that we live in and stop letting corporate news tell lies to your children.